Good day, runners. This is Coach Peter Pem for the week of June 10, 2013. I'm a little late this week. I usually do these audios first thing Friday mornings, but I missed first thing Friday morning this week thanks to a very late Boston Bruins Chicago Blackhawks playoff game, which didn't end until early Friday morning. Anyway, I hope you've all had a good week. It's certainly been a fun one for me. I was very proud papa this week because my younger daughter Robin graduated from her Master of Science program at the University of Guelph. For the last 2 years she's been conducting studies on chameleons. They are the coolest lizards with their color changing and their independently operating eyes. So way to go, congrats daughter. So this week's topic, here's something that really bugs me. It's a huge pet peeve. Training runners who do not make sure they get the required quota of sleep. That's the peeve. Training runners who do not make sure they get the required quota of sleep. Most of us recognize it's a natural law, right? I mean, it's like oxygen, it's like food, it's like gravity, it's like the need to floss, you know? Actually, I take that back. I just reminded myself of a funny story that happened when I was a resident at Knox College at the University of Toronto. In the room next to me, there was a super guy, this gregarious, strapping, 220-pound Hungarian who was very athletic and bright. He was in the faculty of law. But for some reason, this dude thought sleeping was a waste of time. He actually started resenting it, resenting the fact that it was taking up time that he could be studying. So he decides to train himself to require less sleep. I swear this is a true story. And so he designs himself a program where he gradually reduced the amount of sleep time he allotted himself over a matter of several weeks, a few months. I seem to recall he was reducing a half hour per night every week, or something like that. Well, big surprise. He eventually picked up a cold or a flu, some sort of infection, and that was the end of that. And we all thanked him for providing even more proof that sleep's one of those nasty natural laws which requires us to sleep about 6 to 8 hours per day on the average. Reminds me of comedian Bill Hicks' line, "I need my sleep, I really do. I need 8 hours a day and about 10 at night." And when it comes to sleep, our bodies are like elephants. It just never forgets, because if you don't get your quota, the body will get it eventually, even if it cruelly has to bring you down by making you sick. So it's something we need about a quarter to a third of our lives. It's a magical time for us when we're sleeping, physically and mentally. Our bodies are digesting the nutrients from dinner and repairing and regenerating tissue that's been torn, broken down, or traumatized through the training stresses, and going through the different sleep stages. Cool things are happening. Did you know, for example, that Paul McCartney dreamt the melody of the famous Beatles song Yesterday? So, like, when he woke up, he quickly played it on the piano, and kind of a profitable dream. It so much impacts on the other 3/4 to 2/3 of our life. It's especially important for hard training athletes. I mean, Shakespeare wrote, "To sleep perchance to dream," from Hamlet, right? Not Midsummer Night's Dream, from Hamlet. But for the training runner, it should be to sleep perchance to train. I mean, after all, we train in order to bring about changes. But when we actually work out, we're breaking ourselves down, and so when the workout is over, we are less capable of performing. Obviously, the changes that we are after happen after the workout is over, and especially when we are sleeping. And of course, a lack of sleep negatively affects your ability to do the next workout. When I was coaching varsity athletes, some of the athletes would occasionally show up and tell me they had just pulled an all-nighter. They were really macho about it, or they had had a late night of partying and just had a few hours of sleep. Well, I would snap. I would just ask them, "Oh, really? Really? So why are you here? For entertainment? To pick up the girls or the guys?" Here's another Bill Hicks line talking about when he was a student and how hard it was for him to make his 8 o'clock classes. And he was going to night school. Speaking of partying, my grad school supervisor, Dr. Roy Shepard, pointed out that a big consideration of alcohol wasn't just that it impacts on your performance at the time you're blasted, or but it impacts on the quality of your sleep, which might impair the quality of recuperation and regeneration. So the moral of the story is you don't want to be sleeping it off. You want to be sleeping it on, folks. Now, if you know you haven't gotten your sleep quota, there's a way you can sort of cheat, and that's by using power naps. Winston Churchill was famous for utilizing them, and the Mexicans take siestas. And when I was a hard training student in the early 70s, I was running 2 times a day, morning, night, and in the afternoon, if I had a spare, I would go up to the 2nd floor in Hart House and sleep in the library. But they had these big leather sofas which were just amazing, so you just pass out for an hour. And 1 hour is an amazing period to revitalize yourself. I mean, that's been shown experimentally, and actually there's loads of American corporations that have got on the bandwagon and are giving their employees the opportunities to take naps. But all that I've been saying here is common knowledge really nowadays, but now all you need is the discipline and a kick in the butt. Well, that's it for now. See you on the roads. Oh, and to all the dads out there, happy Father's Day this Sunday. Bye for now.